Hello, and welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. My name is WWDadmin, but you already know that. Last time we left off with the Vol lander, which we're going to equip with a docking port down here as well. And then somehow find the docking port inside there and make sure it actually is where it is supposed to be, as in right there. I'm not 100% sure that's exactly where it's supposed to be. Like, wouldn't be surprised if you should be like a little bit more flush here. Yeah, that's better. I hate that the mod breaks the attachment points of these tanks. And I'm pretty sure that that's the visual overhaul mod that I'm using, the restock. I mean, the issue has probably been fixed in any further iterations of the mod, but I'm using this iteration because I'm using this version of KSP and I'm not going to update, so yeah. Anyway. Now, I did not check, because I'm an idiot, I did not check what it takes to actually get off of frickin' Vol. So let me really quickly open the Delta V map. Why is the KSP Delta V map site not a thing anymore? Like, the address has been unreachable forever now. Anyway. So, let's see, where do we have Jewel and its moons? Vol. From Vol, 15-kilometer orbit down to Vol. Surface is 860 and back up is another 860. So with 2000, with almost 3000 Delta V, we should be fine. Now, obviously, this also needs chutes for coming back, since this is still a 100% reusable space program. So we need parachutes on this. First and foremost, 4 of these. Yeah, that looks good. RCS? RCS should be on there. Not like this. Not like this. Kinda like this, but not exactly. I mean, yeah, that's more like it. The Mark 16 XL. What is... Please don't stage this. We will not stage that. Thank you very much. That should be enough in terms of shoots. Really? Like, I don't know. Gonna add some extra ones here. And then RCS. Thrusters. Where is your center of mass? Huh. Exactly where I wanted it to be. Right in the middle of these two sets of yes thingies. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is exactly what we're going to use. Yeah. Good. Put that back to Kerbin. Put that on atmospheric and compact. Because now the rocket that will shoot this into orbit is going to come under that. And obviously for that we need a decoupler. On here. Now, how do I wanna handle this? Because obviously this doesn't really need a... This doesn't really need a frickin' fairing, does it? So, I mean, obviously I could go with a fairing. Like, just put the structural tube here and then go with the big fairing. So we... That's not the very big fairing. That's the very big fairing. So we just basically do this. And put a giant thing under that, and that's it. I'm pretty sure that's actually the best idea. Once we actually have the big tanks and engines. Well, we already have big engines, we just need the tanks. So yeah, that should go very well. So under that we just need tanks. So that would be that. Very similarly, we last time established that we're going to use for Bob and Pole a very similar little thing where we're basically going to put the same thing under that, just that it can be a bit smaller. Two sides is completely enough. Save that. Talking about sides, get the wall thing back up. Two sides is enough, I said. Good. So that's Bob, Paul, and Val done. Then, all we really have left is Tylo, since Lathe we're gonna do a space plane that can land on water, and we're not gonna do that until we have the necessary engine, which is the Rapier, which we're not gonna get until the Draz mission comes back. Okay. Now, obviously, for the Tylo lander, I want the absolutely least heavy two-man capsule that we can find. And quite honestly, the least heavy two-man capsule is the Mark II lander can. Has room for 2 people. What's the other? Oh, there is a rover version of this. I like it. But yeah, this is the least heavy one. You do have torque, right? Yeah. You also have monopropellant, not a small amount, I might add. Nope. Nope. Going to add a bunch of batteries on top so you don't run out. Then of course also nope. Yes. Then the docking port, the clampetron, yeah, that goes right there, and that should be that. Now obviously since we have room up there on top, I'm also gonna add maybe not at that angle, because that looks a little bit let's say not nice. Yeah, that's better. That's way better. Now obviously this does need a big frickin' service bay. Big, I said. Open that. And we're going to put in all of the science. That would be the Science Junior, quite obviously. Then for balancing's sake, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with 2 of these, because I'm pretty sure I can't do just one. Then obviously we're not gonna have a engineer with us, so we're gonna use this engineer. For that, I can hello train, and the barometer, and that should be all of the equipment that we can and will take. Close. Good. Now, what this needs to be is on Tylo. And if we look at the same Delta V map I just used for Vol, Tylo takes a whole 2,270 to land on and come back from to a 10-kilometer orbit. So we basically need 4,540, so basically about 5,000 Delta V to have a little bit of margin of error. And that at a good at a good thrust to weight. Whew, that's too small. Obviously, we're going to go with the big tanks, because we're gonna need a lot of freaking shit for that. I am willing to say... let's see... Those are probably our best bet, which is 1.1, 1.08. This is actually the least massive thing. I mean, apart from this, but can't really. Then again, that's what, 0.08, so I could do 8 of these and still be under, like, on 10% of that. So, excuse me while I build something with these. Just for the sheer amount of mass that I'm not gonna have to take. That is slightly crooked. Still. Look at this straight on, line this up. Should be correct. Yeah, that's fine. Obviously this. Then landing this entire thing back on Kerbin is gonna be nice. Because holy shit, that's gonna take a whole bunch of... I did not put any landing legs on the other lander, did I? I just realized. Good that okay. This is gonna be Tylo lander. Save that for now. Let me really quickly make sure that these have landing legs, because otherwise I'm gonna be not happy about that. Legs. Like this. And start retracted. Should still be easily, yeah, safe. Open other landers. I mean, those totally don't necessarily need landing legs, because Paul and Bob have basically no stuff, but they already have one. Good, so that's fine. Tylo. Now, obviously, this is a huge fucking thing. We're gonna also need some more part with this. Yes. If we wanna actually get off on the frickin'... Where's the hatch on this? Here. Then how about we move these like that? Like... ish. Nah. Like this ish. Yeah. Because then we can make one big ladder all the way down here. Because otherwise... That is translucent. What the hell? Okay. Weird. Anyway. Nope. Nope. Yes. Nope. Yes. Do we have a cone too? Not really. But what we do have as a cone is actually right here. Mark 16XL, because we're gonna need a whole bunch of this shit. Because if this is coming back, then it definitely needs a whole lot of slowing down. Here, not the entire thing. And here. Okay, that should be kind of enough to not completely. I find it nice that I cannot attach anything to this side, because that's the part that you can like make go away by the fucking... Like, is that openable? No way! This has its own little bay! That's cute. Not that I'm gonna use that at all, but that's cute. I haven't seen that before. Okay, let's see. If we go through all of our engine possibilities, the Mastodon. Has 4,469 delta V, nice. And a thrust to weight of 2.8 on... This is still Tylo, yeah. Okay. So it's not that bad. It's just not enough delta V. Really. I mean... Theoretically, we could take these, put them a little bit further down, and add a bunch of fuel to the middle, but that would definitely drop the thrust to weight. Well, thrust to weight of 2.6. That's not very good for landing, necessarily. Also, that's too long. That makes more sense. So 4,500. That's just about. Just about. Really not the greatest. So last resort would be that, and then we'd have to stock up on fuel a little bit more. Like, I don't know, like this. Give me the Mastodon again, please. 2.4. As I said, really last resort. The Rhino. Holy shit, that's huge. Doesn't really do much more. Even if I do the compact one, we are... I mean, that's at least a better thrust to weight and slightly better delta V, but as I said, we need 2,540 from a 10-kilometer orbit and back. So that gives us exactly 100 meters a second of delta V to spare, which is not a lot. Not a lot at all. But I'm going to keep this in the backhand. So that's the Rhino. The Boar obviously doesn't have the thrust to weight required. That hardly lifts the thing off the ground. These definitely don't, like hardly lifts the thing off the ground. Twin Boars. Those are actually, I mean, for the fact that that adds a whole lot of fuel so we can go to 5,000 delta V almost. These also aren't really that great. Thrust to weight rise, that's not great. Obviously pug and such is completely out of the question. So is the nerve. Or Valiant, because those are complete garbage. Swivel. Like, even if I do multiple, that's not gonna work. That gives a lot of delta V, but no thrust. Now, that gives enough delta V. Can I try adding an engine plate? That's the wrong engine plate. Engine plate here with a double node. Do this. That's garbage. That's 1.4 thrust to weight. That's worse, and not that much better delta V that I'd say that's doable. The torch is garbage. Thoughts. How many of those would I need to actually lift this off the ground? I mean, these aren't the greatest engines. Can you stop putting all of this in the same stage as the shoots? I don't think I get this to a thrust to weight of above 1, even. So, go away. Monoprop engine is obviously garbage. Skiff obviously doesn't have the thrust to weight. Skipper doesn't have the thrust to weight. Wolfhound does definitely not have the thrust to weight. Poodles also no thrust to weight. Mainsail. Now, 2.6 with 4.6 K. Or 3.3 with 4.6 K. Yep, not the mainsail. Those are not going to work ever. Like, even if I... again, do the thing with this and do like triples. Even quads wouldn't do the trick. That would eat a lot of fuel, no. Those are not liquid engines. Vectors. Keeping that in mind. That doesn't have enough fuel. And the aerospike doesn't have enough thrust. So okay, Draco engine also does not have thrust. So either we do one Rhino, as I said, 3.3 and 4.6. Or let's see if we do a cluster of 3 vectors, 4.8 and 3.9. So that would need even more fuel. And then obviously the thrust to weight would go back down. I am not very confident that that works. If we add like, no, not that. One more fuel tank here. I hate that you can't put those to pure white. That looks stupid. Even if I do these in orange, not all of it is gonna be pure orange. Actually it is. But I can't put these two. I can. Gonna look more like frickin' Russian. Thing, but it doesn't look bad. Too bad that this doesn't have color options. So we have 4,668 with a 3.3 thrust to weight. Close. I gotta say that's close. That's cutting it really close. But I'm willing to try that. We just really have to go for a 10-kilometer orbit. And nothing more, nothing less. I mean, less would probably be a good idea even. Looks fine. Landing legs obviously need to be fucking huge. That's not even slightly enough. I mean, this theoretically works. I guess that should work. For the most part. Yeah. Oh, and as I said... Why are you over here again? When did I pull you off? Good. Yeah, those should work for the most part. So I'm just gonna say we're gonna take these. Looks weird, but I'm not 100% sure anything else would hold that, because the large landing gear of the Falcon is almost too large for this ship, and the medium one is too small, and nothing else is really going to work. Like the medium legs of the Shepherd are not gonna work. I really want to use this landing gear. Works with the color and everything. Okay. Do we have... Yes. Just one. Extend. What we're also gonna do, of course, is put this stuff into an action group, because otherwise we're not going to be able to do anything with it. That is not going to go far enough down, is it? I'm gonna have to try that on Kerbin. Whether this part here works and everything. Let me also add this. And why not really quickly try this? Save this. Just because we can, by the way. Custom to toggle. 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 Are you... Toggle. Okay. Crew. Don't really need Samson on there. Just need a little bit of a test. Can we have morning? Thanks. Okay, so the frickin' lag dampening is really weird. Let's try this. Excuse me? Why? Something just broke. So we have to kind of make this more stable. But I think if we... If you can jump on that on Kerbin in atmosphere, then you can also do that on Tylo without atmosphere. But we definitely need to strengthen some joints there, because apparently that just fell straight off of that. I'm surprised that the rest is still standing. But yeah, in general, this works otherwise. All the way back up. And board. Yes. Good. Good, good, good. Now, obviously, this is a test, so revert flight to vehicle assembly. What we're also gonna look at real quick, if you would be starting on Kerbin in atmosphere, you still have 2,700. That's almost enough for orbit. So I'm not 100% sure we even need a different So I think this should sufficiently hold that together. Save that. So I'm pretty sure I can launch this to Kerbin orbit without an extra thingy. I just have to refuel it, but there's no problem with refueling shit. So let me just really quickly add the docking port, because obviously that will also need... No? Can you, like, not? Thanks. It will also need the docking port. And then I'd say we put this at the end of the line, and behind that the lathe ship, the lathe plane. looks good. I'd really like to see if I can put that into orbit without any extra thrusters. Like, if anything, solid boosters or something. Not necessarily attached under it. Because, I mean, the biggest boosters we have are like these. Oh, the anvil is actually the biggest one. That's the frickin' SLS booster. Or the space shuttle booster. But attach like 4 of these around here and then throw them off. I'm pretty sure I could do that. Now, put you into the separate stage, obviously. And I guess we're just going to try getting this into orbit without an extra rocket. And if that doesn't work, then we're just gonna, like, attach those giant boosters for extra oomph. It's really all we need to do. Probably, like, from here, so we can let them fall away and go down, and then the rest can go to orbit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do that. Refueling isn't a problem because I just have to fly up 5 orange tanks worth of fuel. Actually a little bit more. So make that 6 orange tanks worth of fuel. Maybe 6.5. But getting orange tanks into orbit is really not a problem anymore with the technology we're gonna have after the dress landing. Might even get like something bigger up and just refuel the thing in one go or 2. But yeah. RCS. Since this obviously needs to be able to dock. I'm not 100% sure if RCS is enough or if we should use vernier thrusters, but I really don't want to use vernier thrusters because obvious concerns for wait, where's the center of mass on this? If I just... no, I can't, because thingies. What I can do, though, because the thruster blocks don't really care for obstruction through the same vessel, can do this. This doesn't have, like, this has 40 monopropellant. Now I know what I use this for. More monoprop. Tiny monoprop tanks. Close the doors. Now we have monoprop. Wait, that was this one. That's 20, 40, plus the 40 inside is 100. And no, it's 80. quick question. Would this one fit? Not really. Good. Can I add another one of these? Like this, maybe. So that's another 7.5 per. So that's another 15. Making that 95, that should be enough. Going to have one more look whether this affected the Tylo Delta V in any way. 4,429. That's too little. That's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough. I mean, we also have the RCS, which means, I mean, at least we can theoretically use the RCS for some extra oomph in getting back up, and we can use it to deorbit initially. So yeah, maybe should be kinda enough. We really don't have any better way of doing this. Well, as I said, I'm going to try launching this into space without any extra launcher. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna attach the boosters, maybe even on the bottom. We'll see. That's that. Tylo lander. Okay. So we have Bob and Paul, we have Val, we have Tylo. So the only thing that really is missing is Lathe, and we can't do the live plane until we have the appropriate engine. So next time we are going to do the dress encounter. Or wait, actually the other thing is first. The return from Duna, but that's like done within half of the episode, so we're still gonna do the dress encounters. So yeah, since the dress encounters are like not that far apart, like a few days, we can do those at once. And this guy's gonna take a while home anyway, so yeah. No problem. I'll see you for that in the next episode. Till then, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WW Dadman. Bye.